now we're going straight to having this morning. We're talking banking, and that's talking about Omoluabi Mortgage Bank. Of course, we're going to be bringing you that every week, like you had also last week here. But now it's just going to be on Thursdays. It's going to be between 8 and 8:15 for them to share with us what exactly they are about right here in the state of Osun. And we have with us this morning the GM Operations and Business Development, Olaitan Aworonke. Mrs. How are you?
Very well, good morning.
It's great to have you.
Thank you for having me here.
Okay, mortgage. When you talk mortgage banking, basically, just give us a little brief of it, before we move on.
Okay, thank you. Mortgage banking basically has to do with, to make it easy now, let me say, it has to do with providing affordable housing units for individuals in this country. As a mortgage bank, a primary mortgage bank, we ensure that we support individuals to achieve their dream of having a housing unit. So basically, as a mortgage banking, we ensure that an average citizen is able to have a unit, a shelter on his head, affordable housing. So we support that through availing our own in-house loan as a mortgage bank, and also helping clients process an NHF facility.
Okay, so what has been the process of reforming the bank to fulfill its mandate, that Omoluabi Mortgage Bank in the state of Osun?
Okay, thank you for that. Basically, in the state of Osun, like I said earlier, we are a primary mortgage bank, PLC. Fulfilling our mandate, because our focus basically is to support individuals to have affordable housing units. In reforming the bank was incorporated initially as Osun Society Building Limited. Then, after that, the name changed to Navy Springs Savings and Loans.
Yeah.
Along the line, it became Omoluabi Savings and Loans. Yes, that's been the journey so far.
Yeah.
Then, based on the CBN requirements, our name had to change to Omoluabi Mortgage Bank.
Okay.
So, in 1999 March, Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria gave us a license, a business license to start business. And we started business in April 1999 as the full-fledged mortgage bank. So that has been the journey so far. Then in 2014, we went to the stock market. We're now on, our shares came up, and we trade on the alternative securities markets under NSA, Nigeria Stock Exchange. So that has been the journey so far. Now we're a full-fledged mortgage bank called Omoluabi Mortgage Bank PLC. Now we're fulfilling our mandates, like I said earlier, in supporting individuals to acquire affordable housing units. We help clients process NHF, National Housing Fund Facility, through Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. As an individual, you can't access that loan on your own. You need to come to a PMI or a PMB, as it is called, primary mortgage institution or primary mortgage bank. So you come to us, then we'll advise you on how to go about it. We help you process it as a PMB. So far so good. We've been doing that very well here in the state of Osun, and we have good patronage, not only in the state of Osun, but even along the corridors of Southwest. Talking about Lagos, Kwara, and other states as well.
Talking about the national housing scheme.
Yes, please.
I have seen some buildings, they call it the Federal Housing Scheme or National Housing Scheme in some states, even here in the state of Osun. Are they also part of the housing units that one can make move to getting part of them through you? Yes,
you can access through us. What we do is we profile clients and say clients that qualify for NHF. To qualify for NHF facility must be an NHF contributor. You must have contributed on that platform as an individual through your employer. So when we profile you, we know that you're okay, you qualify for it. Another thing is to ensure that those properties have a title. For us to process NHF for you, there must be a title on the property you want to acquire.
Okay.
So once you have a title...
How do you mean by title?
Having a C of O or deed of assignment, a registered deed of assignment or C of O.
It does mean that if I'm not a government worker, I cannot access those things.
You can access that. As a business owner, you can also access it as well.
So what would be my title?
The title
of my business.
The name of your business, the property you want to acquire. I.e., if you're buying an asset now, the asset must have a title, a C of O or a deed of assignment registered at the Ministry of Lands.
Okay.
Yes.
So what measures have been put in place to reposition the bank for the requirement of modern mortgage banking?
Okay. Modern mortgage banking, number one, has to do with easy accessibility to the mortgage bank. I.e., our head office is in Oshobo here.
Okay.
You don't have to come to Oshobo to access a mortgage facility from us. We've had people in the diaspora coming to request for facilities from us. Now, we've developed our IT so much that you could go online, download our account opening forms, download our loan application forms, apply from wherever you are, just a click. You send to us, we have a dedicated desk that handles that. They communicate immediately with you. Once you show an interest, and you send your funds to us. That is number one. Number two, as a mortgage bank, we do a bit of other businesses in terms of you could open accounts with us, savings account, personal account, corporate account. There's also what we call Shumojiri. So in those platforms, you don't have to come to the bank physically to consummate transactions.
Things online
on your phone, from the comfort of your homes, from the comfort of your offices. You can do all that online. We've developed our IT platform such that it's in line with modern day development.
Okay.
So from the comfort of where you are, you can take your facility, you can lodge your funds, you can move your funds from our account to your other banks, instant and online real time. Yes.
Okay, so what is the level of capitalization of the bank today?
Okay, right now the bank is well capitalized. We have in issue 5 billion ordinary shares, 50 kobo each. Before the end of the year too, we're trying to increase our capital base. And upon increasing that will be channeled towards having more branches, developing further our IT, so that we're also in line with the modern day reality. Of course, we've done so much on that, but we still have to move further. We're trying to ensure that we operate along all the corridors of Southwest, looking at Lagos State, Kwara, Ogun State, even more going beyond Osun State that we have right now.
I'd like to know the housing units that I want to access. Is it only the one by the federal government? Are they only the housing units that I can access, or are there other housing units made by states, or say state government or local government? Which are the ones that one can access?
Okay. There are actually various housing units that you can access. It doesn't have to be the federal government housing units only. It doesn't have to be the state. It doesn't have to be the local government only.
Okay.
There are cases where you have individual developers developing housing estates, and they want off-takers to come and buy. For those projects, once an individual signifies interest to acquire any of those units, we would support it.
Okay.
You could even get an individual building somewhere that you want to buy. Once it has a title, we will finance it. Once the customer is profiled and meets our risk asset criteria, we will do it. So it doesn't have to be just projects or housing units of the federal, state, and local. No. With that, it's okay, but it can also go beyond that.
So for the benefit of those watching the program, do you want to discuss some of those criteria to meet up if anyone wants to patronize you?
Okay. First is that the building you want to acquire must have a title. Number two, the person must have a steady source of income to ensure the repayment is key.
So very important.
Very important.
When you say steady source of income,
yes, please.
You know what a civil service is all about. At what level can someone be in civil service to access?
Well, it doesn't have to be any level, because what we do, our mandate is to support individuals to have affordable housing units. So any level you have, you should be able to qualify. However, we have different categories of properties. An individual earning below 100,000 can still qualify. You could buy a property no more than 3 million here in the state of Osun. So that whatever you want to buy will be in line with your income. And that's where profiling comes in. We look at your income, we look at 33% of what you earn on a monthly basis, then we'll see what we can avail you, spreading it over 15, 10, 20 years.
I think we really need to ask the question, because it's very important, considering, the salary base here in Osun. I mean, and some other parts of the country anyways, have salary and all of that. So I don't know, do you mean that those on that, salary scale can still patronize you.
They can. For example, the World Bank estimate says about 13.5 million housing units currently in Nigeria.
Yeah.
There's a deficit of about 14 to 17 million housing units in Nigeria. So we're saying, okay, for example, if an average housing unit costs about 3.3 million, we should be able to, for example, avail a salary industry a facility of 3 million.
Okay.
For example, so it goes about you cutting your coat according to your size. Yes. So what we want to do, what we're trying to achieve is that every individual should be able to have a housing unit. Affordable one.
Of his own.
So yes, so maybe some developers will come and say, okay, you want to develop houses in your sugar, can you finance? Yes, we can finance off-takers. Then we'd say, look at where we are. Are you going to build houses of 50 million naira per unit? Are you going to look at 3 million naira per unit? For example, Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria now has said any facility below 5 million naira, an individual needs not do any equity contribution. Because one of the key challenges in mortgages is that, number one, having a property that will have a title, and number two, some people find it hard to make their equity contribution of 10-20%. The Federal Mortgage Bank has said anything below 5 million, you don't need to make any equity contribution, which is a very good one.
Very, very.
Ordinarily, 10% of 5 million is about 500,000.
Yeah.
Not everybody can afford it. So with that, it has made it even easier for at least an average salary earner to be able to partake in this.
That's very important.
Finally, what's the general reception of Osun indigents to mortgage banking here? And really, how have they been able to take advantage of it?
Okay. Let me say ab initio, people would say, oh, is a mortgage bank real? Can you actually avail us facilities? But yes, it's real. And when you've done for 1, 2, 3 people, the news will go around itself. It's like self-marketing.
Yeah.
In fact, people that would come and say, oh, let me just try you. And they come, they try, and they're happy because they've been able to afford, with our support, some housing units. So it's about the storytelling itself, and with the few that with some that we've done, not few now, with the ones that we've done, they are actually accepting the bank and knowing that, yes, this is a mortgage bank that has come to stay.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. We've been speaking with Olaitan Aworonke, the General Manager, Operations and Business Development for Omoluabi Mortgage Bank here in the state of Osun. And it's going to be next week Thursday again before we have her or someone else, from the bank to come and speak with us and give us more insight. Sure. I think I like the way this sounds, that everybody can have a house. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much.
We'll take a break right now and we'll join you back again on AM Coffee.